Oh no, the other side right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you. So let's go ahead and start, man. I mean, no intros needed. BruhmanTV, Blake Edwards podcast. Thank you for coming to the show, man.
Appreciate you for having me on, man. For real, that's love, man.
No, definitely. And first thing I want to go ahead and kind of say is, Happy New Year. It's 2022.
It's a new year, bro. For real. 2021 was crazy, bro.
Well, really, just the past couple years. Like, if anything, I feel like these past couple of years have been really just one with this whole pandemic stuff going on. It's just been crazy. Like,
it's been crazy. It's been good for some people, bad, but it seemed like a lot of entrepreneurs is coming out from this.
Oh,
If
yeah.
I'm being honest, like a lot of people get into their entrepreneurship ever since the whole Corona thing. I know, honestly, I feel like it helped me out, you know what I'm saying? Because when it first started, everybody was at home, so it just more engagements on my end. But yeah, man, 2021 is over now to a new year, and you see they got flu Rona, Amori Rona, all types of different stuff, It's only 8 days into the new year, you know what I'm saying? It's like that. But
but how was everything, prior to the pandemic, as far as just how you were, like, doing your YouTube and stuff? Like, when it came, how was it as far as just you coming up with different ideas? Like, did you have to take a step back and like just chill for a little bit?
You talking about like when it everything first hit? Or you just
when it first hit, like what was that first like?
When it first hit, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't believe it, and it just like with everybody else. Everybody like, man, I thought it was chemical warfare. You know what I'm saying? Because I know we had stuff going on with China and stuff at the time, and South Korea. So I'm like, man, it's chemical warfare. So it's honestly not nothing we can do, because it's chemical warfare. What can you do about it? But honestly, I say I wasn't even taking. I honestly didn't even notice a difference because like I work for myself, so it's like only thing I really seen was more engagements. You know what I'm saying? I seen my channel kind of take a rise at a new level. It really didn't the previous year, but it was still good because the year before Corona is when I really blew up. It was 2019. 2019, the summer that the year that I blew up. That's what made me who I am today, BruhmanTV. So literally a year after that, 2020, that's when Corona hit. You know what I'm saying?
What video was it, or what series of videos was it that really took off your channel from like where it was to where it is now?
I say boxing.
Boxing,
yeah,
really?
Boxing, literally. So
that's been the new wave the past couple of years.
So believe it or not, I don't really brag on none of that. Like I know, like it's one of them. Like I know I did it, but I influenced a lot of people to do the boxing that it is now. Me personally, everybody I know for a fact, people been boxing, street boxing for as long as we was born, you know what I'm saying? But I brought it to YouTube, the platform. Like I know Gideon. You heard of Gideon? Yeah. Like that's my boy. Like he even got onto the wave. You see how big he is now. He shouted me out in mostly all his podcasts. He be like, man, honestly, I got into the boxing wave. Shout out to BruhmanTV. Like he started like now you see Jake Paul, all them boys getting into it because it brought a different level of like amateur boxing, and you could still get paid from it. It's like me making an amateur boxing league, but I'm not getting paid from boxing. I'm getting paid through YouTube. So that's what really started it, man. It was just on some like out of nowhere, bro. Like I started YouTube in 2017 with my senior in high school. So I just wanted to do vlogs. I was a funny dude. I don't know if you ever seen my old vlogs or whatever, but all I did was roast. Flame or whatever, like I flame your ass right now. Nah, like all just aside, but like for real though, like that's all I did was flame. Like Joan, me and my friends, we just go Jonah. But I was like, man, I'm only gonna be in high school for a minute. This is the last year, so I know I gotta make something happen within a year. Unfortunately,
so it was on your senior year.
My senior year. Nice. I was like, if I would have started this probably junior year.
Man, that's one thing that I wish I would have done back in high school, because like high school for us was
we ain't had no responsibility.
Just a movie. Yeah, it was just fun. Like literally, like it would have been a reality show.
So that's really what it was. Exactly. So I 100% literally was like, bro, my whole high school has been a movie. Right. And I don't watch TV, so it was like, man, I'm watching these dudes on YouTube, and I know my life way funnier or entertaining, so I just got into it.
Well, how long ago was it what year was that for your senior year when you started it? Like
2017 going on to, what you mean? Going on to 2018. I graduated in 2018.
So you really started at the time where like YouTube wasn't really where it was at today. Yeah. So what was that like just doing that? Because I started YouTube at a time where YouTube changed then and there. So like at the time it was like you get 1,000 views. No, you get 10,000 views and 1,000 subscribers, and you monetize. Right. Now you got to get
10,000 subscribers, and like 100, what's that? 50,000 watch hours or something.
Like something.
Man, they make it so difficult now to get monetized off YouTube, you know. And it's like it was easy at the time to get monetized, and like honestly, I gained 1,000 subs in a month.
Wow,
which was crazy. So like at this time, I'm like, oh yeah, everybody like, oh, you doing your thing. Right. I'm like, I know I made it.
No, but if anything, like high school, I always say, or like even college, for instance, is the perfect place to do YouTube. Yeah, because you have all your friends around. Yeah, it's the perfect place
because you don't got no responsibility. That's the main thing I tell people. Like, man, responsibilities will take a hold of everything.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Luckily, I'm in a fortunate situation to say I have never clocked in a day in my life, and it's just because I started it at the right time. I was a student athlete. You know what I'm saying. I played football since I was in 5th grade.
Oh, was you nice?
I was pretty cool. I ain't gonna say I was the best. You know what I'm saying? But I got a scholarship, but I turned it down to the school named Mo Valley in St. Louis. But I turned it down because I knew that's what I didn't want to do. But I played baseball first. I played baseball when I was in 3rd grade, all the way to 5th grade. When I started playing football, I'm like, you know, I like football a lot more, but I watch baseball a lot. People around me watch baseball, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna play baseball. Change it to football. Right. You know, then after football, I'm like, dang, I want to play basketball. It's just, you know, kid, you growing up seeing people going to the basketball games, how the girls, the dude, you know, everybody just like a fam. You know, everybody support. I'm like, I like this type of support. They can see your face. Right. I want to try basketball, stay in shape. You know what I'm saying? So I got into that around 8th grade. I got into basketball, and then after that, it just been football and basketball, and then I played football for all 4 years. Freshman year, I played freshman. Sophomore year, I played JV and varsity. Then after that, I starting on varsity by my junior year. And then I got 2 scholarships. I forgot the other school, but my main school I really wanted to go to was Mo Valley. It was another school out of Illinois. It was like some blue school, but I wouldn't mess with them like that, you know. And then, like, fortunately, I'm like, man, I kind of set myself up in the future because I'm like, if I can't get no D1, like it was like D1 in AI though, but it wasn't like the D1 where you get paid and sponsored to where like I'm gonna be good in the next 4 years. I'm like, I don't want to mess my body up for 4 years and then have to go work a regular job just to say I went to school for free. Nah. I'm like, I'm finna try to do something. I did the math on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I literally studied this. I looked at DDG stuff, Pretty Boy Fredo, Casey Neistat. I was just Smooth G. No, he blew up around that time.
Yeah, too. In high school. Yeah, that's when he.
I actually started doing public interviews before he did, though.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. So he did the same videos I did, but switched the title. You know what I'm saying? It was actually. I'm not gonna say me. I copied it from somebody else that copied it from somebody else. You know. And it's like, it just all YouTube is. You just copying somebody's stuff and making it your own.
Oh, definitely.
I got it from this dude that was doing World Star Hip Hop questions. And he was doing it like for years and it was hilarious. So I'm like, I'm finna take it to high school. I connected my phone, you know, iPhones when they had the and I talked off the microphone. I put it on record, talked off the microphone, did it like that. And then around like October, I seen he was doing the same videos I was doing. I'm like, dang, everybody getting on the wave. Right. You know, I ain't started, I just followed it. We just took it. He took off with it. You know what I'm saying? Just because I guess how smooth he was. I wasn't trying to be smooth. I was just trying to be funny. You know what I'm saying?
No, like it's just crazy. Like I'm not sure if you're familiar with who CC Enrico is at all. But he does YouTube. He's monetized it all. But he's like he was 16 when I did the podcast with him. I'm like, you're 16 getting like paid off of YouTube. Like that's remarkable. And like when I was telling him about it, he just didn't seem to like really understand like how, because I think a lot of the time social media and just the internet in general makes everything like seems so, I'm not gonna say easy, but it makes everything seem so normal, but it's really not. It's like really what you were doing in high school, like at your age, like in 2017 at that time, it was a remarkable thing.
But it wasn't normal though. Like I got talked about so much about it because it was like I'm walking around with a camera. With a,
it definitely wasn't cool
a dream.
At that time.
It wasn't. It was a reality, you know, and it turned into some real stuff. You know, it was honestly a dream that turned into a reality. That's what I meant to say. But it was so weird walking around school. Even my teachers, like people, just imagine you walking down a hallway with kids that's already weird, thinking that you weird. Like, you weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't look at me. I'm trying to make something happen. You know, but I just used to always tell people, like, in the next year and a half, like, I'm going to be something, you know, and I spoken into existence. And I can promise you within a year and a half was my first blow up video. You know, mind you, I told you I started the summer, you know, I blew up in 2019 in the beginning. I started July 2017. So you bring that whole year around, that's 1 year. July 2018. Starting the beginning of 2019, that's the beginning of the new year. That's a year and a half. Right. And I spoke it into existence. Also, I did the math. People don't know, like, YouTube, it's an audience for anything, bro. Like, one of my homeboys now blew up off doing ASMR with guns. You know what I'm saying? Like, he do ASMR with that, and he was one of the first I have ever seen do that, and he blew up off of it. Right. You know, and I tell people, like, I want to start, but I'm not funny. I'm like, bro, it's people all around the world for any type of audience. It's people who don't get on. It's people who have 100,000 subscribers.
People don't realize just how big the internet is.
How big the internet is. Yeah. That's basically how it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's people who don't show their face on YouTube, just record and still get views and money. It's people who do real estate stuff, like, you know, and still get paid.
Exactly.
Who do they know? They look at the views, be like 16,000 views. I don't want to average that, but they don't know, like, your CPM is what really matters. Right. Somebody who gets 16,000 views on a video can make $800. You know, but that's because of the lane. Like, if you was doing, you know, doing the real estate stuff, teaching, your CPM could be like $100. So you can just imagine, like, you can get 10,000 views and then make 1,000, but that's just because of the lane you took. I can get 10,000 views, but because I chose entertainment and there's so much other stuff going on, curse words, that my CPM can be $13. So it's like 10,000 views can give me $30. You know, it's like people, when they do the math, they realize that YouTube is actually, it's not as difficult as they think it is. It's just a matter of you having the time and patience. It literally takes, from my math, and I seen anybody who did YouTube, if you did not blow up off like rip, it would take you a maximum of 2 years to blow up off YouTube. You know, and it's just to see your first spiked video, you know, to where it's you constantly uploading. I started off uploading 3 times a week. But I was vlogging, you know, so it was like I was a student athlete, you know what I'm saying, on top of vlogging. So you can just imagine me vlogging my day at school, having practice.
I mean, you had a high school experience
really,
too, yeah.
You know, so I had to vlog, I had to edit it, then I had to learn, so it was just so much, but I wanted it, and now I'm in the position I'm in now.
Well, let me ask, because I feel like a lot of the times, especially with a lot of this, like, creative things like YouTube or just whatever it is, like even people that do TikTok and monetize on TikTok, just the different platforms that you're able to use, how long did it actually take you to like pick up like the business side, like the analytical side of YouTube?
I still haven't got it. That's how difficult it is.
Well, it's always a learning experience.
It's like YouTube switched so much, and I can promise you this: a lot of the stuff that's proven on YouTube is not proven because they don't let anybody know anything. Nobody really even know if it's a real algorithm.
Right.
Nobody knows that, but it's just people call it that because it's what they see.
Yep.
You know, like recently, like you said, like I switched my content up so many times. Like if you go look at my old videos, I did vlogs. I came from vlogs to doing like public funny interviews type things.
To the car videos.
To the car videos. To I blew up off the boxing. After the boxing, I blew up. I did public interviews. Public interviews blew up. Right after that, I started doing stuff with my family. Then after my family, I did stuff with my car. After my car, I did reactions. You know what I'm saying?
So what was the thought process in terms of changing what kind of like content was it? Were you just like, oh, I'm going to try this, see how that works, and if it ended up blowing up, you're going to
I'm going to go in that lane. So it's mainly like you got to think about the times, the things I was doing was the environment I was in. You know, I started off doing vlogs because like I was in school. I didn't have much time to go do anything else. So I'm like, I want to do some entertaining. I flame my homeboys. We flame each other. Right. I feel like my high school pretty entertaining, so let me vlog this. You know, did that. Right after that, I'm going into college. I don't know nobody, but I can do interviews to kind of get to know people and kind of get people to know me. You know, so this when I started doing interviews. I did not vlog at all. I only did interviews.
Well, that's the one thing that I say that I like really just love about podcasting too, because it gives a great excuse to meet anyone.
Literally. True. So
like, if anything, like, when I first started my actual podcast, when I actually started, I was a manager at Chipotle at Lenox Mall, and I was just like, because I was going to school down in Florida, came back when the whole pandemic stuff happened. I was just trying to regroup and
Where you from originally?
Lawrenceville, Gwinnett County.
Okay.
So I'm born and raised out here, but I stay in, like literally in Sandy Springs now. But so when I started the podcast, I was still just regrouping, like trying to figure things out, and then I ended up getting the opportunity to work at the real estate firm here. And when I didn't really think about how, in terms of how I could really utilize it. I was just doing it just because I really like meeting people and networking with people.
Yeah.
But now, if anything, I more so use the show just to network with people rather than, like, obviously you want to like put 100% in anything that you're working in. Like, I'm up like editing the videos, making sure like what platforms I could chop it up, put it on, like that type of stuff. But if anything, like, it'll be cool if the show works out and it blows up. But I use it more so for networking because I feel like, well, just in real estate, like contacts equal contracts. So the more people you know, because a lot of what real estate is networking. Like, and that's one of the things I had to figure out too, as far as just breaking out of my shell. Because I've kind of always been personable in a way. Like, I could just go up to someone, like talking to them about, hey, I'm Blake Edwards. I do this, blah blah blah. But I was literally just driving. I was picking up something from the corner store somewhere like near Atlanta, and I was driving by these couple houses that were being constructed. And the builder was actually out there. I just rolled down my window. I was like, oh, hey, my name's Blake Edwards. I'm a realtor out here, and I do this and that. Because, like, builders, when they're doing construction, they're building homes, they could give the listings to the agents and stuff. So just networking, like, as much as possible and breaking out of that shell. And that's really the main reason why, like, I do all of this. So.
Right.
But just as far as, like, so going back to, like, the pandemic stuff as well, like, what do you think is the best thing that you've learned, or some of the lessons that you learned just going through the pandemic, as far as adjusting to this like new way of life that we have now?
As far as adjustment, the thing that I noticed, as far as like just success wise going through the pandemic, is it's like, man, from I say starting, it was difficult because, well, I'm going to tell people just to find their own lane and stick with it. I'm going to keep it like that, because the pandemic it stopped a lot, within like, seemed like really TikTok was the best thing that came from it, right. Because like it was a new platform that came up with it, but YouTube really went down, on algorithm that they say, just like period, because TikTok brought a new thing called short-term content, if that makes sense. So like everybody was trying to do the short content, just 15 seconds, 30 seconds. Nobody was trying to watch 10, 15-minute videos. You know what I'm saying? So it's really just about sticking with your lane, because a lot of people quit YouTube because of the TikTok stuff, because it's like the pandemic was going on, and that's just what people were trying to see, and they got discouraged to the point to where they was like, man, I don't want to do this. I'm getting more views off TikTok, but you're not making more money. Right. You know what I'm saying? So everybody just kept, like, a lot of people I know personally that I was friends with quitting, because they like, man, the TikTok stuff going good, I'm getting more views. But it's like, bro, the success, like, people don't care about money nowadays. They care about how they look. They care about their image. As long as they getting 10 million views on a video each time, and it's TikTok, you're only making $1,000, and you upload what? You probably get a 10 million view a video, then you get 10 million views on TikTok. I mean, on YouTube, that's like 100 bands. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, people don't realize that, and I feel like the pandemic really did throw people all over the place, because it's like people weren't used to doing their own thing. They used to working for somebody, now they're trying to work for themselves, and they're not used to it. Right. You know what I'm saying? But it's really just about, I say, sticking with their lane and just staying focused. You know what I'm saying? That's what I did, because I was doing so much for other people, you know what I'm saying, and not so much just worrying about myself. I'm trying to bring other people up with me, and that definitely put me in a hole plenty of times since the pandemic, because at first I was doing public interviews and vlogs. I wasn't doing none of the lit content with people who had time. I just knew a lot of people had time now, so I'm like, okay, look, hey, let's do this, and that put me in a hole. Like, I did videos with my sisters, but they young, they want to go have their fun too, so I can't expect them to try to sit here and record and upload every single day. You know what I'm saying? So I try to do stuff with friends who do YouTube as well, but not everybody had the same vision. You know, so dang near at the end of the pandemic, at a new pandemic that started, I learned that I really need to just focus on what I can do for myself and how can I better myself as a content creator, let alone, a man. And it just me sticking forward with my plan and just seeing it throughout, not making any excuses, and honestly, I didn't realize that myself. Really, my girl right here, she helped me, and I met her when I first moved to Atlanta. The reason I moved from St. Louis, because I'm originally from St. Louis, anybody didn't know, it wasn't my plan to like meet any girls or nothing like that. You know,
right.
I'm like, I'm finna get away from all the girls.
Well, no one just comes to Atlanta and be like, I'm
yeah, you know. So I'm like, I'm finna move all the way out here. I don't want to know nobody. Then I see her walking with some fries and my favorite food. I was like, you know, you give me no fries, right? And then ever since then, like, you know, it been a struggle because I was even doing content with a lot of people out here, you know, but it's just a matter of time before you can see how people true colors is.
Of course.
You know, because it's like you could talk to people from distance, but when you get in person and in a city, you know what I'm saying, then you can know how people move and maneuver. So you try to maneuver just how they move. You like, you mess with me like this, I bet I'm gonna do like this. But you know, I'm starting to do reactions now. If you haven't seen, like, this is one of the best, like, success wise I have ever been on YouTube.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
More than the vlogs?
More than the vlogs, more than my boxing videos. Mind you, I started a trend.
Why do you think that is?
I feel like because it was just me. You know, just me in front of a camera.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just I have to worry about all the other personalities around me blending in and connecting with minds.
Right.
You know, and I did so much different. Like when I tell you, like I told you, I did vlog, boxing, public interviews, stuff with my fam, car videos. You know, and it just like I finally sat down and did something, which was reactions. You know, and this is honestly the best success I've ever had on YouTube.
Well, I feel like what you do now is, if anything, more efficient than what like
vlogs,
it's because you have to link up with people. You have to. There's so much planning
there's so much
that goes
planning,
into
and
it.
then it's like, you know, there's so much energy that can be taken from it. You know, and if you don't mess with it, then you got to fake your energy.
Exactly.
You know, you gotta love yourself. So you can't sit here. You know, only thing I can't do is if I'm not feeling myself as far as energy, I'm gonna just go ahead and just not record for the day.
Right.
If I'm feeling my energy, I'm all right, Bill, let's get it. You know, I got to worry about this dude and trying to motivate and then do this over here. It's just me and myself and the camera, and it's like my audience, you know. And this is something that I honestly want to do for the rest of my life. It's less stress, you know. It's less. It's so much that people go through behind scenes of just views. People don't know, you know. Like people go through anxiety, people go through depression.
Of course,
there's a lot of people I know that quit YouTube because they depressed. There's a lot of people who call me because they depressed. Even a guy like. I ain't gonna put nobody's business out like that, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. But no, it's a lot that go behind it, man. It's like it's a lot of up downs and a lot of you know, blood and tears, that sweat and tears, all that went behind, you know, just to where I'm at now. People just look at the success part and be like, okay, this was easy. You been doing YouTube, you had 500K. Teach me. I be like, bro, it's really not that. It's really like if you go get it, but for a fact, you're gonna go up down. Like my first time hitting. I stay on my algorithm. I hit 4,000 views 1,400 views in a day.
Sheesh.
At 400,000 subs, it's sad. I hit that in November. I noticed something though between every year around the months of October and November. It's rough for me. I heard it's like an entrepreneur thing too. Like a lot of people have rough months between October.
Well, it's the end of the quarter. It's the end of the year.
Yeah, you know. So it was real rough for me. But I haven't hit 4,000 subs since I was at 200,000. 1,400 views in one day since 200,000 subs. And then before I hit 200,000 subs, I was getting hundred thousands of views. So when that happened, it like hit me. I'm like, dang. I'm like, I can't do this. Nah, let me just go ahead and do it. You know, I can't do it. Let me go ahead. It was just a lot that go behind what people don't know. People just think that you can just pick up a camera and you go be good, but it's a lot of mental stuff that go behind this. Like it's not easy. You know, and I'm pretty sure that's with anything though you doing. Like people just got to stick to it. Like I be telling people, you know. So
do you feel like you have like this responsibility now that you have like this following behind you now? Is that part of where that anxiety comes from? Like having like feeling the pressure of always it's like trying to deliver for them?
That's very true because you know it came from a point of, you know, I was just in high school, you know, and I was just having to impress my mom. You know, my mom with my grades and then my coaches with, you know, good plays or just the audience. You know, you get 100 people, but when it started getting to you having to impress 500,000 something people, if it even reach out to that 100,000 people, it messes with your head, you know, because it's like when you don't put out that, then it's like, oh my God, like, come on now you like, I know, because it's like, it's one thing about YouTube, people always looking at you.
Yeah.
There's people who know me but won't say they know me because they watching. You know, I just now figured out this year that a lot of people been watching me that I didn't even know, big influencers, like, you know, and it's like, it's an ego thing I feel like with them, you know, but it's like, it looked bad on my end too, because it's like 500,000 views, 4K. Oh, he fell off. Loser, they know.
Right.
I'm thinking that shit about myself too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you know what? I done fell off. Now watch this, because I'm finna come back. And when I come back, you go see. I'd have been up and down so many times. I'm talking about like a heartbeat. I'd have been up and down so many times to where that when you up and they love you, it's so real. Like my come up now, like I said, this is one of the best ever I have did on YouTube. I hit 170,000 views in a day with no promo. Never hit that in my life. You know what I'm saying? I uploaded every day of December, so I was averaging 100,000 views a day.
Yep.
You know, everybody want to hit me. Congrats. You know what I'm saying? But like,
you was just saying I was falling off.
Right. You were just, and I know for a fact they were saying I was falling off because when I was posting, nobody was commenting, nobody was supporting.
Right.
And that was just a month prior. You know, that was November, and that was October. You know, then even before that, my car stuff wasn't doing as good, but I was trying to make something happen. People support me here and there, but when they saw me uploading every day, and like, dang, it's hitting. I hit 500K. I'm at 570K. I'm finna hit 600K in a minute. We're finna hit a mill soon. You know what I'm saying? It's just motivation. It's like, it's hard though. But I honestly, when I realized like this up and down situation that just happened, made me realize a lot. And I just honestly like distance myself from a lot of everybody. You know. So I honestly just be doing me and just having people around me who good for my mental and emotional, you know. And I always used to think, and you know, shout out to my girl, she made me realize this, you know. She was like, you know, your business partners, your friends is not always going to be YouTubers. Right. You know, it can be a realtor, it can be anybody, you know, it can be somebody, a photographer, it can be somebody who's not in your field of study, but they can be good business partners. Y'all can do something different. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know, she ain't talking, you know, I don't know. She don't know what she's talking about. You know, I've been doing this YouTube stuff for 4 years. You know, she don't know what she's talking about.
Well, it's just she's been in a different world.
You know, she's been in a different world, right? You know, so I'm like, she don't know what she's talking about, man. Like, why would I want to be friends with somebody other than YouTubers? Like, they go be the only ones that get me. In reality, that's not it. You know, I'm becoming great friends with photographers, makeup artists. Like, you know, like we get to know each other, you know, and it's a lot more positive energy, you know, and it's a lot more. I can feel the hard work and the dedication and the hunger more than I can feel it from a YouTuber, you know. So I've been distancing myself from a lot of them too. Like I don't really hang around a lot of people. Like I haven't been out in some months. I haven't been out since like the beginning of October. I don't pop out. I don't go to parties. I don't do none of that. You
don't
know?
Got time for it.
I don't got time for it, man. I'm too busy working. And then like I don't like being around negative energy. I'm the type like if it's one person in the room, I don't. Or even if it's an event, like this dude can have 10 million subs. If he rubbed me wrong, I don't care what event and what opportunities it can bring. I'm not going. You know, that just because I care about myself. People do anything for money and a chance. It's not me. You know, yeah.
No, it's true. Like if anything, I feel like I had to learn that too, as far as just even getting into like real estate and getting into the business, because I'm still working like part time, like as a staff member here at the firm. So as an agent, all the time that I have on my free time after work and even on the weekends, I'm using that time for business only. You know what I mean? And a lot of the times your friends and the people that you grow up with, they don't understand is that you really don't have time. You don't. And it's just because we're in our own worlds now. You know what I mean? People, and I kind of realized that even when I went off to college, because I'm sure you noticed it too, even after you left high school, how that whole concept of the people that you know in high school aren't always going to be around you. And I mean, we all go through that. Like, I'm sure we all had times.
The people you start with ain't going to be the people you finish with.
No, it's true.
Yeah, it's true, for sure.
No, but it's like, we all have those moments where it's like, oh, like, am I losing friends? But like, after a while, you start to realize that shit does not matter at all.
It don't. And the thing about that is, like, I was thinking that too, because the group of friends I have now, you know, I've been knowing them since I was in the 6th grade. You know, and even for me leaving, I moved out of my mom's house at the age of 18. You know, so I moved out to a new state. I went to Huntsville, Alabama for college.
Huntsville, wow, Huntsville, okay.
For college, Alabama A&M. Shout out to the Bulldogs. So I went there for 2 years. I lived there for 2 years, and then I came back to St. Louis for 1, and then I moved out here, which is going on a year in June. You know, so I always stayed on my feet and moved, and I thought like my friends weren't going to be my friends. I'm like, man, I'm moving. Like, y'all boys not trying to do what I do, you know. And I'm like, man, like they not gonna be you know, they go be cool when I get home, but like when me moving around and me being on a different success, I'm finna make different friends and you know, other best friends. But in reality, like, them still my guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, to this day, like, even though they don't be but with me in videos, if I'm there and I need something, even from here, they gonna make it happen. You know, like, even if I'm at home, like, hey y'all, I'm finna make this happen. Okay, bet. Like, my I don't know if you ever seen my gun collection. You know, like, that's not just all of mine, that's all of ours. You know, like, we all put money in to make a huge gun collection. So they behind the camera, both of my homeboys, other one was at work, both behind the camera. Okay, bet. Boom, hand me the gun. Okay, other one behind the camera, making sure everything good, you know, just because they support me. They don't do YouTube. One don't work at FedEx, one don't work at Coca-Cola. And it's like they just shows, like, man, like I said, like, yo, the people that you can be like real close with don't even have to be just from what you do, you know. And that's cool though. I do got love for them boys, because like they the reason for my success now. You know, even from high school, I never had a car. My first car was the car that you seen outside. Ever. You know, even in college, I caught the bus to school. You know what I'm saying? Even at home, hey, yo, can you take me here? Let's go record this video. All right, bet, I'm on the way. Even if they had work, them boys like, all right, bet, I'm finna get off work at this. I've been at work for hellas. They don't care. We finna make this happen because I know you finna be successful. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it was. If I ain't had gas money at the time, I got you. Don't worry about it. You know, you need some food, bro? Bet. You know, because I never had a job. So the only time I had money was from my mom's. You know, it just like them boys always looked out for me. So they really the reason I'm at where I'm at now. And I thought back then when I moved, I wouldn't have been still as close as I was now than I was with them back then, because of the plans and the moves I'm making. You know, but I already talked to them. I'm like, man, some of y'all need to move out here because they trying to get on their entrepreneurship stuff too. Like, bro, you don't got to be a YouTuber, bro. So much stuff you can do to be successful. You can move out to Atlanta and start something and then do something else. It's like
Black Hollywood. All the black professionals come down here to work.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't know who you can be working for, or somebody working for you. You don't know. It's just you got to come out here and put your foot and take a chance, bro. That's what I did. I moved 3 states since I was 18. I moved to Alabama, which is state to state. Alabama back to Missouri. That state to state, Missouri to Georgia. You know, I move so much, and I just keep making moves. It's just a matter of you want it, man.
I feel you. I feel like if anything, the best kind of friends that you have are the ones that understand that you're in grind mode, literally 24/7. Like, I have friends that from middle school that I'm still close with that I might not have seen for a month, or we might not be able to talk for like a couple weeks, but I could hit them up a month later and it still be the same, exactly. Bro. But it's the ones that. It's the ones that you really have to get rid of are the ones that are like really needy or always wanting to be in your presence all the time. Like, dude, like, I have a life and I have things that I want to accomplish and do. You need to do the same. It's not even that. I just feel like it's kind of the high school, middle school like mentality, because when you're in those environments, you're literally around your friends all the time, and that's your life. But people don't understand, once you graduate and once you're going off and you're doing your own things, everyone has to focus on themselves and focus on the things that are going to get them to the next level. So that's facts. Yeah,
you know, and even with my friends, like, I didn't even know that they was gonna be cool. Like you said, like, it's good to have friends that you can talk to them from a month or two now, and it's still the same. That's how I be with them boys. Like, it could be weeks. I won't text in a group chat, or like we just talk. Hey, what's up? How you been? Bro will call me. I know what's up, man. I ain't talked to you in a minute. Just call and check up. I used to think after a while, like you said, some of them friends can see you with other people and get jealous. Like, man, how I help him come up in the situation, and now he hanging around these dudes, but I'm not there. I had friends like that too, like, you know, and I honestly keep them people out of my circle. Like, I don't hang around them no more. You know, it was like, I don't say no names, nothing like that, but it was just like, it was a situation like that to where it was somebody who I thought was real close to me, and I was making moves, he wasn't making moves, you know, and seeing the guy in person, he act like he really wasn't trying to mess with me, you know, and it was weird because I'm thinking like, what happened? You know, I ain't talked to you in a few months, you know, but it's still like, you know, if I got it, you got it. You know, I always brought you with me. You know what I'm saying? And it just, the energy was weird. And ever since then, like, I just stayed away from, you know, but try to hit me up. But it's like, you can't keep people like that in your circle. You know, people be snakes. People try to stake you out. You know, gotta stay away from them. But I'm fortunate enough to have friends like that who never took me hanging around new people or being around new people and see me enjoying my success with other people besides them and still love me. You know what I'm saying? Because they know, like, okay, he with them boys enjoying his 200K, but for a fact, he know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Now, would you say that your main priority now is to just continue to grow the YouTube channel and continue to monetize for right now?
My main priority right now is getting stability within my channel. I switched so many lanes and succeeded to the point. I don't know exactly what it was I wanted to do, but now I know. Like, I want to do reactions. I want to react to stuff. I want to just I want to stay in this lane because I have not set myself. I have not put myself down yet. You know, you can only blame yourself for your success because all you gotta do is rely on yourself. I switched so many lanes because I was let down. You know, like in the boxing thing, I couldn't keep doing boxing because the people who I did boxing with, they was in the streets. You know what I'm saying? I did a public put down the guns and put on the gloves for a reason because the people who was really there was in the streets.
Right.
3 of them locked up. 1 of them locked up for armed robbery, 1st degree. 2 other ones locked up for murder. 2 of them dead. You know what I'm saying? Right. Then the other ones, they just moving around. Oh, actually, yeah. 2 of them locked up for murder. Yep. And I can keep going. You know, it's just matter of me looking at the video, and it's like really that whole group is gone now. You know, and it's like that let me down because like, bro, I was doing this for y'all for a reason.
Right.
You know, even from having like real beef within the boxing and having them boxing for real, and it was that, but they went besides outside of the put on the gloves and still was talking, you know, and it ignited something else, and then buddy got, you know, took out, and it was messed up. Rest in peace, my bro Ty, man.
Rest in peace.
You know, but even after that, you know, and the thing about that, I talked to him literally a month before he had passed away. He called me because I had hit them up like, look, y'all, we finna do the last one. This the season finale. I know y'all, we getting grown now. Everybody getting responsibilities. Let's just end this off. You know what I'm saying? This was coming out of my freshman year of college. This is my last, you know, everybody finna go grown, go their separate ways. Let's just make a season finale. Let's get these people a bang what they been wanting. Everybody been wanting it.
Right.
You know, they're like, let's do it. He called me like, look, bro, I can't come because if I come, it's gonna go another way. I thought we ended this and that because of the boxing. You know, the whole time, this ain't it. You know, like buddy them still flex. He sent me the screenshot like, nah, I can't come. You know, bro, you know I support you, bro. But this happened. Get a call next week later. He gone. I'm like, that's crazy. Like I just talked to you, bro. And it's crazy that happened, you know, and even from like switching lanes, you know, my sisters, like I couldn't keep doing stuff with them because, you know, one of my sisters live in Arkansas, one of them live in Illinois, so it's like
just logistically can't even do that.
Can't even do it how I need to. Can't grind like I need to. The car stuff, you can't do everything with a car you're around because seasons. You know what I'm saying? And then car stuff, you know, drama.
Well, I even saw with that car show that you went to, you got pulled over.
Like
what was that, the Flamingo?
Headlights. It was the Flamingo. Headlights. You know what I'm saying? So
they were just staking.
So like just like stuff, you know, like that. It's a lot of trouble that come with the car stuff. So I just stay away from it, man.
No, I just thought it was crazy because I was like, I was following you when you came into when you first came to Atlanta, and it just seemed like when you first got here, you were just going through shit when you first got here.
Oh my
I was
God,
like, dude, this guy can't catch a break.
Can't, man.
You got your car robbed, and then the whole police happened, and that too. I was like, what the hell? So like when all that was going on, you're like, I need to get the fuck out of here.
I ain't gonna lie.
Just like, I need to chill for a little bit. Because
it was like, I mean, if I go back to St. Louis, it's the same thing. Right. You know, it's like, would you rather cry in the Toyota or a Benz? I was like, forget about it. I'm finna cry in the Benz. I'm out here in Atlanta, so let me just cry right now and get through it. But you know, I mean, hey, at the end of every storm, is, you know, it's a rainbow and sunshine. So it was just like, I mean, just staying it out, you know, and just keep moving forward, not letting little things, or not little things, but, you know, things take me down and stop my grind, because honestly, I feel like obstacles are meant to go over.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, like, honestly, within that time, I was going through rough stuff, even with my channel. So I feel like it was just, you know, the Most High just showing me, like, do you really want this? You know what I'm saying? Like, even a lesson. It was a lot of childish stuff I was doing as well when I moved down here. But that's just me being on my own, thinking I'm grown.
Right.
Got a reality check real fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, chill out with that stuff, bro. This is real life.
True.
You out here to work, you know, so sit down somewhere. And that's what happened. And I took it, you know, and now look where I'm at now, man.
Well, if anything, what I love hearing from you right now is that it sounds like you're very just self-aware, and I feel like that's one of the most important qualities anyone can ever have.
Oh, yeah, guys.
Because of what I see a lot of the times is that people, they have issues that they have where they just don't want to acknowledge it or realize that that's something I need to work on. Like me, like, and I'm sure even for you too, like we all have room and area for improvement that we could work on to elevate us and get us to the next level. But it's about actually acknowledging it and wanting to actually fix it. I feel like that's 90% of the battle, if anything.
That's definitely what it is, man. And mine is literally procrastination.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, I've been doing this stuff for so long by myself to a point to where, like, it just always been procrastination on my end, you know, and now I'm working for myself. So it's like I can't really procrastinate. You know, I'm doing my reaction stuff. I can't really procrastinate. It's more like, bro, like, what you doing? You sitting, like, what you doing? You know, like I said, the only reason I won't ever record is if I'm not feeling good. You know, if I can't give myself that energy that I want to give my audience, that I can't sit in front of a camera. You know, and I feel like that's just not me being selfish, but that's just me being, you know, not me wanting to put out any type of content.
I mean, if anything, like, if you're in that bad mood, it's gonna show in the content, you know, too. You don't want your viewers seeing that anyway.
Yeah, and it's like, it'd been a time I recorded 3 videos, you know, and I was like, I thought I was giving it energy, and then my girl was like, nah, that ain't it. I was like, no, like, I was good. She's like, nah, you wasn't giving it energy. I was like, let me go ahead and scrap these videos. Okay, let me just go ahead and get to it. You know, put on my transition rag, you know what I'm saying, to get to it. You know, but
now, what made you want to get that wide body charger? What was that? Your choice of car?
It was the study, bro. Like, I told you, I literally don't watch TV. You know, it's almost
me
like
neither.
It's like anybody that get into like crypto, you know, like they really study that, especially like if they having so much success, they watch crypto, go to sleep, wake up, watch. It's all they do because they have so much success with it. So the reason I got the Scat, because originally I was going to get the Hellcat slim body. I never had a car before, you know, and I was like,
I don't know shit about cars, so you have to teach me.
All right, so it's like 5 variants. Everything is a Dodge Charger.
Gotcha.
The only thing that's different is the engine.
Okay.
So it goes Dodge. It goes a Charger. Dodge Charger is a regular all-wheel drive. Then it goes RT. You know. Then after RT it goes Hemi. After Hemi it goes 392 Scat Packs, and you know, you start getting into differential. Differential means like your wheel, you know, rear drive, and then like stuff that allows people to do burnouts, and it gets more complicated.
Now, is that expensive when you do them burnouts? Because I know those fuck up the tires. Like,
now my tires,
doing them donuts, like
my tires are like $300 a piece. You know, but luckily I got the plug, man. Shout out to the plug. You know what I'm saying? So I can get a whole set for $3. You know, but yeah, I just end up doing like, what's that called? I just end up studying the craft. And I noticed on YouTube that people can have a Hellcat, but it not be a wide body. The only people who was caring about it at the time was wide body, because that's when they introduced the wide body. You know, it was 2019, 20. They just introduced the wide body, so it wasn't a lot of them. So everybody was trying to get in on it. I'm like, man, you know, I seen people have Hellcats on YouTube and they don't blow up. I see people with Hellcat wide bodies and they blow up. I say, you know what? Let me get the Scat wide body, because you can't tell the difference. You know what I'm saying? So honestly, in the thumbnail, you can't tell. You don't have to put Hellcat or Scat. You can. Just
most people don't know cars like
they don't.
Like
everybody think that everything is a Hellcat. You know, just because it has that wide body on it. So I'm like, man, honestly, let me just put myself in a situation to where I can make myself a name, and since, you know, I'm getting into the car scene, I don't want to just jump straight into something I don't know. Let me get this Scat wide body, build an audience, and upgrade. You know, this the thing. Like, it's hard to upgrade from a Hellcat, because once you go Hellcat, you go Hellcat Red Eye, you go Hellcat Demon. You know, that Chemicat guy. Like, it's kind of hard to upgrade because you start getting into the hundreds of thousands now. And I never had a car, so I don't have any record to even upgrade like that. I could have got a Hellcat and tried to get the Red Eye, but it would have been difficult because I don't really have that type of history, you know, to where they would be comfortable with giving me something like that. Like, I can have the bank credits, but they could be like, we don't have any history that you could do that. So we want you to put down 40,000. You know, if I would have had the Hellcat, they would have tried to make me put down like 25, 30, like, you know, just because it's bringing it down to the Scat Pack price where people normally get. And then you got to think about insurance as well. You know, they see you with a a car that's that fast,
another insurance be high.
Insurance gonna be like $1,000. So I'm like, man, honestly, let me just build my audience and weigh the water and see like, is this something that I really want to do?
Well, I feel like you really came to the right city for that type of shit, because the car scene out here, the car shows, like all that stuff, like this is the hub for like Dodges and all that type of shit.
So I end up getting the chrome blue wrap because I looked at everybody wrap. I'm like, everybody got the same thing. I said, if I'm gonna go big, I'm gonna make people turn their necks.
Right.
Originally, I was going with like a turquoise, which is like green. I don't know if there's any green around here, but it was like that plant right there. Yeah, it was like, but it was real shiny. I'm like, nah. I'm like, I want to do that blue. I'm like, I can make myself an image. So I end up putting the chrome blue on it. I'm like, you know what? It don't matter what car I got. I can, as long as that chrome is hitting, people go love it. So I get a lot of love. Somebody can have a demon right next to me, and they see that chrome 392 scat right next to it. Everybody go come to the chrome 392 scat. They ain't gonna care because it's a demon right there. It just, I study this stuff and I make smart moves when it comes to the YouTube stuff. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times I make bad moves, but I mean,
it's a part of life. It's not about
like entrepreneurship, though. You go learn. But now, I do plan on upgrading, but not. I want to get away from Mopars because I feel like it come with a lot of problems. Like you could honestly have a Tesla that's chrome blue. In a Dodge that's chrome blue, and the cop's gonna go right to the Dodge just because of what they used to. Like I just want to get something.
Especially with the tints being dark and all that stuff.
Like you can have all that stuff on a Tesla, and they not gonna mess with you.
Right.
You got all that stuff on.
Well, that's Benz. Like you know why
like
that is.
like even if you don't have to have tints, as long as they see you with a Charger, they go try to pull you over. You saw what happened when I was in the
right.
Yeah, like headlights. Come on, bro. Oh, you got tint too. Yep. Let's go ahead and give you like. It's just too much that come with it, man. For real.
Could you explain kind of the business behind the car? Because even when you ended up when the guy smashed your window in, and people were saying, oh, you should take the wrap off the car, and I'm like, yo, do y'all not understand that's branding and marketing? Like, can you kind of explain to the viewers and listeners?
Because everybody kept saying like, okay, so everybody just like, you were Target, and I'd be like, man, honestly, it's branding, like it's me branding my name, because it's like it's people who walk around with they business on their stuff. The only thing mine's is chrome blue. I have my tags on there. I have all that. Honestly, I don't get myself in no trouble regarding anybody, no street stuff. So if anybody have any problem with me, that's them. If anything happened to me, God forbid, but it's like, but it's like everybody do be like, you make yourself a Target, you walk around with chrome blue. Like, what you want me to do, bro? Right. This is my business.
Gotta make money.
I literally have a chrome blue so people can look and see that tag and be like, let me check him out. I have my tags on the side before they broke the window. It's great promo because it's going to make people look, and people going to want to know more about it just because it's chrome blue and it's showing. And I get that a lot. Especially when a lot was going on. Take the stuff out your car. Take the stuff. You got this on your car.
I mean, just don't leave nothing valuable in the car, and then you'll be straight.
Honestly, if you think about it, if they take the car, you wreck it. It's going to get paid off. Then I can give me a brand new car with 0 miles. Like, people don't think of stuff like that.
Right.
I mean, it's bad stuff that can go with it as well. But even if that, a lot of people don't know the marketing behind the things that did happen.
Right.
Like people don't think beyond YouTube. They don't think about, okay, did this really happen, or is this just a way of marketing? Granted, my sister's still in my car with my best friends, and it turned out to be a prank.
Even with the tire shit,
right? Tire stuff, like it turned out to be a prank on me. People don't understand the business, the marketing side behind it. To where you do things. Mind you, I come from an entertainment side, so I came into the car side knowing I'm finna mess it up.
Right.
Because ain't nobody doing what I'm going to do on the car side, because I'm already coming from a side y'all haven't been on. So I brought entertainment into the car. Who was doing pranks with cars like that? Nobody.
Right.
Everybody like, dang, I should have thought of that. Dang, I should have went viral. Because I'm bringing a different
approach.
Just like my reactions.
Right.
I have a transition do-rag. I'm bringing entertainment and thought into people. Something so simple to sitting down and talking into a camera.
Right.
Talking to my audience. It's just a matter of like people don't. And people still was mad about that. Like, I don't think that was a prank, bro. I did a reaction to the prank. How is it not a prank? People still comment on the video like, y'all just need to think beyond y'all eyes. But it's like it's so easy to build a scene with anybody. Like, I can honestly make somebody think something just because of how I built and how I led everything up.
True.
Post on Instagram, go live on Instagram, post on YouTube. Everybody in the world will believe it.
Right. No, I mean, you can even use the car for like music videos or just different things like that. Like you have to think sometimes even like beyond YouTube.
That, and like me driving around, like honestly, before I came here, I caught a flat tire. I was just like,
really on the way here?
Yeah, you know,
I would have been tight.
Man, you know when I text you, I was like, I'm on the way.
Oh yeah.
That's why it took so long. I know you like, I know he not 40 minutes away.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, oh, my car was flat tire.
Damn.
So I had to go put some air in it. I was like literally sitting there. And dude came up to me, was like, yo. I'm like, what's up? He's like, yeah, man, I've been hitting you up with some dude who lives over there in Sandy Spring.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, man, I've been trying to get in touch with you. I want you to do this music video. You know, I'm a videographer. I was like, oh yeah, you know, get in contact with my manager and stuff like that. We go talk. He's like, I did. I was like, oh crap, like, you know. And then we just started talking. But it's like, you know, it just like you don't know where that stuff can take you. Like I can roll, you know, Lil Baby and Blueface, them Crips. I can roll past them.
Right.
Turn off.
Oh, you're straight. Okay. I got that one. Okay. So.
You can roll past them and let me say, like, you can roll past them and they'd be like, oh, hey, who this dude? Let me buy that car for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, my barber cut Lil Baby head. And I told him, like, bro, real stuff.
Oh, that's dope.
Like, you need me to drop you off. I just want them to see it. Because I feel like if they see it, something could come from it. I ain't gonna sit here and say, hey, you want to drop, like, you see a chrome blue car, they don't even know they even exist. So they see that, they'll be like, you know, they a crip. They'll be like, oh, let me see. Hey, you know, they go talk. Just imagine me having a conversation with Lil Baby and all Blueface. You know, like that's crazy.
No, definitely. So if you could give like really just any advice to someone that wants to get like on the influencer, like YouTuber kind of scene, like what would be the best advice that you could give someone?
Consistency, man. And stay in your lane. The only thing that's holding you back is consistency. And I promise you, I tell this to everybody because people think I have to be creative. I have to do this. No. If you go look on YouTube right now, it's people who have 15 million views just playing with toys. People who have 15 million views off just reacting to videos. There's people who have 15 million views off just eating. ASMRs. You don't have to have a personality. People who have ASMRs don't talk. They just eat in the camera and getting millions of views a day. It's all about consistency. If you stay consistent with what you're doing, YouTube will reward you. And that's 100%. You talk to somebody who's been doing it for 5 years. Consistent and not consistent. I uploaded every day for a month on YouTube. And this is the most I have ever, this is the biggest growth, the most support I've ever received through YouTube. All because I was being consistent. You know, this is the most I've ever been. I should have been did this, but I didn't because I was, you know, procrastinating and trying to bring other people on board.
Well, it's all about the journey, if anything.
It's all about the journey.
You learn along the way.
You learn.
That's all
it is. I end up doing it, and it's just me being consistent. Upload every single day, and that was the most. December was the best YouTube, the best year I had. You know. Ever. And that was honestly the biggest comeback of 2021, believe it or not.
Congratulations.
Because my 2021 was rough for YouTube. From the start to the finish, it was rough. I honestly didn't have one great month to where I haven't hit 100K on YouTube all 2021. Besides, I ain't gonna say off rip, I did hit 100K on YouTube slowly.
Yeah.
Off rip 2021, no. Off rip at the end of 2021, because I was being consistent, 100Ks in a day.
Right.
170K in a day. Never received that ever in my life.
First time it's not business if there's not problems. If
it's
anything,
not.
You know what I mean?
You just got to stay consistent, y'all. So anybody doing this, you can do it. I promise you. Give it a year and a half. Minimum, maximum a year. You upload consistently, not 2-3 times a day. That's not consistent. Once a day. Promise you. You will make it. I promise you. And then make sure you give me some of your revenue when you make it, just from watching it.
I'm gonna put the Brunman Cash App in here for the donations.
For real, the donations. Brunman told me once a day, because people be thinking like, okay, I'm gonna upload 3 videos a day. That's gonna make me be successful. No, you oversaturating yourself now. Save that content, my boy. Like literally once a day is all you need to do.
Content is king, man.
Content.
No, but I really appreciate you coming on the show, man. This really means a lot. This is our return episode. I can't remember what actually number this is, but this is the return episode.
Return, man. It started 2021, man. More importantly, dog, I want to thank you for having me.
No, of course,
this is my first ever in-person podcast.
Really? Get the fuck out. You've been doing YouTube for 5 years.
Imagine that, bro.
That's crazy.
Like literally my first ever in-person podcast.
Wow.
Ever.
Well, I'm glad I could be able to host you. That's awesome.
I've been doing YouTube for 5 years, had plenty of success. No radio interviews, none of that.
Wow.
Even from my hometown, you know.
Well, I'm feeling special.
First time, you know. It's love though. So this was honestly a bigger like a great opportunity for me. I know it probably was for you too, but it definitely mean a lot to me just to even be on this platform with you. And you invited me, man. Like, this is something different. This is something I've been waiting to do. I've been waiting to tell my story on my side, and I feel like I was able to today. Not everything, but
I know I got more questions here,
you
man.
Yeah, but it's definitely, you know, they want to see it again. All I gotta do is smash the like button, you know, comment and subscribe for your boy.
Definitely. Yes, sir. Make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe to that BruhmanTV. So
you gotta hit the ski.
Oh, I don't know how you do it. Ski.
Oh, no, you get it though.
I was gonna ask you how you do it in the beginning. I was like, I'm gonna wait till the end, but you know, ski. But thank you for coming on. This is the Break Edwards podcast return episode. Make sure y'all stay tuned. Subscribe to BruhmanTV. I'm gonna go ahead link his Instagram, his YouTube channel in our bios. Shout out to Bruhman. Thank you again for coming on. Really appreciate you coming on, man.
Much love, man. Thank you, bro.
Definitely.